irritate the shit out of people. Irritate the shit out of people. We want the red one because they're talking about they want to ban red hats, period.
Yeah.
It's like, it's a red fucking hat. It's a red fucking hat. What's wrong with you stupid asses?
Hey, welcome. You guys miss me? I've been real busy. That's a shame too, because I got a gazillion videos I want to get out to you. But I wanted to do this one because this is a tribute to women, the women warriors. A few of them I ran out there into this week. First one up's a professor of political science in Connecticut. He's doing the best she can, being living in that liberal cesspool, trying to teach kids about the proper thing of political science. And a dental hygienist who's trying to make people aware of fluoride in the vaccines. And the last two are kicking the pants. The woman's an NRA instructor and a nurse practitioner, and her and her friend, and they hung out for a while. You got to notice how they're running around, kind of like helping me out, passing out cards, helping. Taking pictures of people with the cutouts and all. They were a lot of fun. And it's the women, man, I tell you. If you get the women, everything else follows. And I tell you, God bless these weak women. So, if you like it, you like it. If you care, share. And if you can contribute. I'm still working on trying to get a shop up. But man, I swear again, I've been busy in a dog chasing two tails. So I love you all. Let's get into the video. I'll check you on the far side.
Yep.
At what college?
Central Connecticut State University.
And are you like, I've spoken to other educators, is it kind of like being in the Fight Club, being a conservative in the colleges these days?
It's brutal. It's funny because the colleges all preach like we're open-minded. Yeah, no.
No, yeah,
if
right.
If you're a conservative, you have to hide in the closet. Otherwise, you'll never get promoted. You'll never be placed on any committee. I play like I'm a libertarian, even though I'm more right than that.
That's more for
Stuff, particularly being in Connecticut, it just compounds. All of our students are liberal, the professors are liberal.
Are you being able to flip any of the students? Are you being able to kind of wedge in there, maybe get them to think?
Yeah, I get them to think. But it's hard because most of my colleagues preach their politics, so it's...
Plus, you're up against not just the educational system. You're up against of course, the media, entertainment.
Absolutely.
And the different. the fluoride in the water, the chemical attacks. It goes on and on and on.
It does.
And obviously I'm going to attract like-minded people, so I get a different skewed view, but then when I speak to people like yourself who are deep into it, so what percentage of the professors you think are kind of, leaning right or?
Single digits.
Really?
Yep. At least where I work. Yes, because you have, Connecticut's a liberal state to begin with, and then academia tracks people that are pretty liberally minded, so it just compounds.
It's going to get harder and harder.
It is.
Yes.
These two.
Okay, great. Just take a gander of this while I get these. You're right, while I get these posters. Telling you mean you can't do things like that?
I could, but people would complain. So you got to just kind of feed them bits and pieces. Yeah. So I have to, support you here. It's a breath of fresh air, believe me.
Well, thank you. I hear that quite often.
Fantastic.
Because this is a liberal cesspool here too,
Yeah, I believe. What's going on with your gubernatorial race?
Well, we got to see. Hopefully the Rosano gets in.
It's going to be tight.
well, it's always tough because hey, one of the things I'm kind of like, like disturbed about on all, with Trump is I don't think he's done enough about election fraud.
Yeah.
I mean, look what they did in Virginia that just came out, that was flipped because of the influx of the immigration.
Yep, that's it.
Well, how many of them are even legal?
None of them. That's it. That's the Democratic plan.
Yeah.
Right? Let all these people into the country, promise them free stuff, and then let them go to the polls.
Yeah.
I hear you.
Yeah. So, it's like, oh my God, what's going on here? I mean, so hopefully something happens with them that, they do something about the election fraud, because otherwise, that's what happened in 18. I mean, a lot of those elections there got flipped because of the election
Exactly.
fraud.
Exactly.
Political science, it's got to be tough for you.
It is, but I just frame it like I have an opportunity because I'm a different voice.
Well, thanks for sticking it out, because I run into academics that are going, I'm out of here. It's too tough.
I sympathize, I do, but someone's got to fight the good fight.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you for sticking in there. God bless you.
Thank you, you too. Be well.
Yeah.
A lot of people just don't know about the fluoride.
No.
And they aren't aware of the vaccines.
I get it. I argue the same argument because being in dental, the hygienist, what do you think you go to the dentist? They think you need to come to, So yeah, it is. It's a strong.
It's amazing that they
debate.
Yeah, that they put this on us. I mean, they it's
I'm
such a hoax.
telling you, the baby, he developed like a little tick, like the tick, and I said has to be related, somewhat related. We healed him a little bit, and I won't do it again. Let's
God
just put it that
bless
way.
you.
Yeah, I will not do it again. But you got to learn.
I'm not sure your flag.
God bless you. Here's a get out of jail free card from Hillary Clinton for
There
you.
we go. Thank you, sir.
Like some Facebook friends, and so they were. One of my friends her son had to write a paper about what 9/11 meant to them, and interview somebody who lived through 9/11. This kid's like 13 or 14 years old, so. A person that she follows is kind of like an influencer in the social media world. So he interviewed this guy, and so like at the beginning of the interview, it sounds like he's like super like on point. Everything sounds good, but then he goes into like the dark side of like 9/11, and it turned out like he never got to read it for the class.
Yeah.
Which go figure.
Yeah, I know it's hard.
Go figure.
I've talked to survivors of 9/11 out here. I talked to a big activist, a guy who worked in the Twin Towers, who helped clean up, and he's, of course, suffering now from all of that. He's a big activist in the movement to get the truth out. I talked to one of the originators of architects and engineers for 9/11 Truth out here. So a woman who was an EMP that day, who told me things that you'll never hear on the news.
Yeah.
That prove it's just we've been lied to.
Yeah.
And it amazes me that we've been living this lie for nearly 20 years now.
Yeah.
And
you know what though? People are just. There's so many lies. So many lies.
Yeah, I know.
Every day, and people they look the other way. But it's comfortable. As far as like vaccines go, I recently, my 3-year-old that's around the corner is when I kind of started researching. My 16-year-old was up to date until recently, maybe in the last 3 years. I didn't do the HPV, I didn't do the meningitis, things like that. Yeah, you feel lied to and betrayed, and then at first you don't want to look, you don't want to open your eyes, you don't want to believe that you were that stupid and that our government would lie to us. So I get it.
Mark Twain once said, it says, it's easier to fool somebody than convince them that they've been fooled.
Right.
So it's hard. But thank God you're awake and aware. It's a blessing.
It really is. It really is.
And once you've been red-pilled, it's kind of, you can't go back.
Yeah, you're right.
Here's a get-out-of-jail-free card from Hillary Clinton.
Oh, sweet. Thanks.
It's good for any crime in the world, as you know.
Thanks so much.
All right.
To wear to irritate the shit out of people. Irritate the shit out of people. We want the red one because they're talking about they want to ban red hats, period.
Yeah.
It's like, it's a red fucking hat. It's a red fucking hat. What's wrong with you stupid asses? Oh, now we want to ban this. Crap like a pussy. Oh, but you had Bill Clinton and it was okay, and Hillary and it was okay.
Yeah. And
George said Trump.
then that Hill that just resigned, and then that Harvey Weinstein. Should we talk about Epstein?
Oh. And then they asked Hillary, some idiot asked Hillary, did you murder him? And she laughed. It's like,
Right.
No, you and Bill did, you dumbasses. Because you all murdered how many fucking people?
Amen. I get people who come from Arkansas over here and they ask me to get good Clinton stories for me, and some of them go, yeah, but if I told you, they'd kill me. You didn't expect to see this in this liberal cesspool, did you?
No, I've seen you down here before. I just never stopped.
Oh.
See, my husband's like, no, Mary, you're going to piss somebody off. And I'm like, and then he's always going, he's like, he didn't want me to become an inner instructor. He's like, your name's on the list. I said, my name's been on the list.
Oh, listen, they're all our names on our list.
I said,
All our names on the list. I'm reading this book right here, right now, that's scary. It's all about the AI, robotic, biometric technology, China partnering with the tech giants of the West, and how they got 6 billion people. That's nearly the entire planet already categorized.
phones and all these people, they're like, oh, I got this new app. And I'm like,
Right, they don't recognize it.
you dumbasses. And then they're like, oh, well, I want to do my DNA. Don't you want to do your DNA? No.
I know.
They already know
sister
way
did
too.
it.
They know too.
Ancestor history, and I'm like, do you know that now you're?
That's it. They got you. You're trapped.
Well, we were all in the military, so they know way much about us anyway.
Oh, yeah.
But it's like, you don't know all that stuff. I know where I came from. That's good enough for me. I don't want you knowing that much about my DNA.
Amen. God bless you
I
guys.
don't trust you, asshole.
Yes.
Right.
I people understand. Trust the government for. What's the government ever done that name one thing the government's ever done that they did correctly? I mean.
And then they came up with Medicare and Medicaid.
Yeah.
And I work in a clinic that we have. I swear to God, I had an instructor come to visit me, and she lives and works in Alabama. And she goes, you see Medicaid kids? And I said, God, yes, it's our fucking bread and butter. And I said, I hate there. I said, there are parents that are in here every fucking week. And she goes, Alabama won't let us. And I said, thank God. I said, this is abuse. There are parents. I had a grandmother that came in 2 days in a row because she didn't like the diagnosis from the first nurse practitioner. She came back and saw me the next day, and I'm like, it's a virus. Well, I disagree. And I said, well, I'm sorry. Go see your primary. Well, I just want an antibiotic. And I said, why do you people want to flood these kids with antibiotics?
Yes.
There's nothing wrong with her. She's a spoiled ass little God. And they'll come in and it's like, your kid's been coughing for 3 weeks. And I'm like, what'd you try? Tylenol? That's not for the cough. And then I'm like, and they'll go, well, I ran out of cough syrup. Well, I came to get I wanted you to prescribe cough syrup. The same thing I write is the same crap over the counter. No, the stuff you prescribe is better. No, stupid. It's not. It's the same shit.
Yeah, we wonder why things are going up to hell in a handbasket.
And these people are stupid. Stupid.
Hey, between the 50 years of communist education, the fluoride in the water, the drugs that are being prescribed, obviously the propaganda from the media and the entertainment, this is what we get.
Mm-hmm. And then you get people that's like, oh, The Bachelor, and they're sitting there at work yesterday. I'm busting my ass, and my little help's like sitting there watching vampire movies, and I'm like,
in the front or?
thanks for your help. So I said, we need to stock the rooms because whoever comes in. I said, whoever comes in the morning is not going to have any stuff. And she goes, I'll do it in the morning when I get here. And I thought, girl, when you come here in the morning, you're useless till about 10 o'clock when you finally wake up. So I stayed till 5:40 getting it done. And I texted her and I said, you're welcome. I stocked the rooms and I pushed all the trash down in the cans because I know you won't do it in the morning. And she goes, I really appreciate it. And I thought, they paid me a hell of a lot of money to restock.
I'm from Tampa.
That's all right. You can pay me $70 an hour to restock. I just got it.
God bless you, darling.
So I'm like, I got to go back. We used to work together for an endocrinologist, and it's like, I got to go back to a specialty. These people are sucking the life out of me. And get a text from one of the girls I work with. She goes, I didn't know you were going to be out all week. I said, yeah, it's on the calendar. It's been there for like several weeks. Well, who's going to write my medicine? Because the other nurse practitioner will write them out.
Yeah. I swear, sometimes I look at things and wonder, are these problems insurmountable? I mean, is it going to take a calling?
Yeah, I'm just waiting for it to go.
Yeah. It's going to happen. It has to happen.
It has to.
Yeah.
You know, it's global warming. It's like, but how come half the world is like, y'all are stupid?
I know. Well, I bet you. The ocean's rising. And then tell me why Obama just bought a $14 million mansion.
How did he afford one when he went in?
Yeah, right. How do you afford it? Yeah.
Kind of like Nancy and Maxine and all that stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
And then I loved it. Elijah Wadding's finally divorced. And then it's like, oh, he was such a good man. He wasn't a good man. He's a fucking criminal.
Yeah.
And the people in Baltimore, they live in slums. And it's like, well, he was a good politician. Yeah, he was probably a good politician. He was a lying crook.
Thank you.
Okay, same words.
Yeah.
But it's like, y'all are making him out to be like he was some hero. No, you weren't. You were a crook.
It's like Cindy McCain was yesterday in Breitbart. Like, we need John McCain more than ever right now. Well, what? We don't have enough treasonous bastards? You know. Good Lord.
We need to impeach Trump just because it's like, why? Because he doesn't put up with all shit. That's the reason why.
Oh, if you watch my YouTube channel, like I said, well, he needs to go to jail for what?
Yeah, you all can't.
Because he's a bad person. Well, that's not.
Well, if that's the case, all would be. Especially you.
You'd be buried under the jail. That was
Did you ever watch Greg Gutfeld?
Yeah.
I love when they started doing the Adam Schiff stuff.
Yeah.
And they have Tom Shalhoub, and he's like Adam Schiff, and it's like Adam Schiff reads a bedtime story.
Yeah, I know. It's taken the place of Comedy Central. With the old, with the old Comedy Central used to be and laugh. Now that's what Gutfeld's
I know,
doing.
but yeah, and we sit there and I'm like, so he tapes it, and then I'm like, oh my god, this is great. So we're like, when that started coming on, I'm like, that is genius, that is great. And I said, Tom Shalhoub.
And that's another reason the liberals are losing. They have no sense of humor.
And you can't say anything. It's like, that's not funny.
I know.
You might hurt our
Look, I don't come by, they go, why do you have that? That's offensive. So I used to have grab here on there, but the liberals can buy you, you're promoting sexual violence. So I said, okay, I put that on there, and they still complain.
You want to get out of free?
Here, get out of free jail if you're...
Good for any crime in the world.
Thank you, sweetie. Thank you so much.
You guys can come out and hang out anytime.
We will, believe me.
Don't you just love women? I love women. God. I can't add any more than that. I just live them. All right, that's stumble by. And again, if you can contribute, and if you care, you share. And hit the like buttons and all that other silly stuff that you know how to do. Okay. Thanks a lot. See you on the streets. God bless you.